Hi, Barbara. How are you today?
Hi, James. I'm doing well, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I saw that beautiful picture of that Aoudad. I've had one opportunity in my life so far to hunt Aoudad, and I have never seen anything as large as that. I've never even seen a picture of anything that large. Where was that taken?
It was taken in southwest Texas.
No kidding.
In an area called the Towle Mesa. It's near the San Jacinto Mountains, and we're talking Big Bend area in Texas. And you're right, it is huge. When you go Aoudad hunting, 30 inches is that magic measurement that you're looking for, where it's a really good trophy. This sheep was 37 inches on one horn and 35 6/8 on the other. So he is huge.
And do you know the hunter's name?
Yes, this was taken by Rick McHugh, and he was hunting with Desert Safaris, which is operated by Hunter Ross. His guide was Dalton Beam. And I think I've given you Hunter's contact information. His website is www.desertsafaris.com. And he has been doing Aoudad hunting for quite a while. And he's also doing some desert mule deer hunts that I think I sent you some photographs of.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that because those are huge as well. But I've had the one opportunity I had was in Hawaii, and that was the only place I'd been able to go for Aoudad. I just happened to be there at the right time at the right place. But that one photograph you sent us where the sheep is actually just looking above the grass, I mean, that would have taken my breath away. I mean, I would have had to have stopped for just a second and looked with the binoculars to check my own sanity, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible. That must be a very, very proud hunter there, and hopefully he's going to make that a wonderful trophy. Now, moving forward, though, you also sent us some photographs of some mule deer, which I didn't expect to see in Texas as well.
Especially in the Pecos area. Pecos is not known for huge deer, for huge mule deer. A few years ago, a 170 class desert muley from the Pecos was a monster. While the ones that I sent you, those are 180 class bucks. And again, these are being taken with Hunter Ross of Desert Safaris, and he is working with a landowner there. He's got 104,000 acres. We're talking completely free range. The only fences are cattle fences. There's no game fencing here. And they have started a new program. There's a number of landowners in this area that really wanted to do something to increase the quality of their mule deer, to increase the numbers of mule deer, and increase fawn retention. You may not realize mule deer, their densities tend to be very low, and you got to cover a lot of ground to see desert mule deer because of the harsh environment that they live in. Lack of water, lack of good forage will really affect deer numbers, the retention of fawns every year, and of course the antler growth.
Yeah, the antler growth is very difficult in West Texas. I mean,
Yes.
many of us have been there. I'm a Texas guy, so I can actually say this. It's very rough country, and as far as being able for them to forage, I'm quite surprised that you could produce anything that large in that area. So, I mean, they're doing a lot of work out there. They either supplementing or something, wouldn't you say?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they are working with a company that's producing a supplement specifically for these desert mule deer. And what they've done is they did a lot of research on the kinds of browse that deer prefer, and they've put together a customized supplement feed, high protein feed for these deer that, one, is something that they like, because if they don't like it, they won't eat it. And two is it meets their specific nutritional needs, and they also vary it depending on the time of year and if they're in the rut or if it's post-rut, so that their bodies are getting exactly what they need at the time of year that they need it. I'm told that desert mule deer metabolize their nutrients differently than white-tailed deer. So there was a lot of speculation, a lot of doubt whether this program was work, but I think the proof is in the pudding, or rather in the photographs that I sent you. It is working.
Yeah, there's no doubt about this, but let me ask you this question, because I'm not sure, and maybe some of our viewers aren't sure as well. Is desert mule deer a separate species?
Well, they're at least a separate subspecies.
Okay.
They have a different habitat. They have different requirements, and you're going to see a difference in the how big some of them can get versus Rocky Mountain mule deer, where they have a completely different habitat and can get a lot better, more moisture and more forage than some of these desert varieties do.
Right. So if we actually went to the SCI books, would SCI, for instance, break it out into a desert mule deer?
Yes, SCI breaks it out. I believe Boone and Crockett does not.
Okay. All right. Now, what was that hunter's name?
Well, the hunter who brought this to my attention was Towle McCombs. He is a Hunting Report subscriber, and he took one of these dandy bucks, and his was an award winner in the Texas Big Awards for Region 1. That's a contest that Texas has every year, and his buck, I believe, was the largest typical that was taken this past year. In 2009, Desert Safaris has produced 6 trophy bucks over 180 Boone and Crockett score.
Okay.
That's remarkable. And I'm told that they've produced a number of other bucks that were over the 170 class. Remember, that 170 class used to be considered the monster desert mule deer for Texas, for the Trans-Pecos.
Right.
So he's doing some great work there. And I'm told that there's one ranch that is only hunted by the family, and they've taken 200-inch deer off their property.
Wow.
So there's a lot of hope that hunters this season are going to get a crack at some of those 200-inchers. We'll see if anything comes off there that meets that.
Okay,
that
let me see if I heard that right. His last name was McCombs?
The subscriber who brought this to my attention is Towle McCombs.
Okay,